Hello viewers, hope you all are fit and fine. Today I am going to start with Act 2 Scene 1 of The Tempest. In this video, I will cover from line 1 to line 60. At the end of Act 1, we came to know that Ferdinand has come to Miranda, they both are in love. Caliban, Ariel have been introduced. And now in Act 2 Scene 1, we will come to know where are other passengers who were boarded on the royal ship. We know that Ariel has ensured that everyone is safe and sound. Nobody has lost even a single hair. So where are other passengers? Let us see for them. This scene opens up in another part of the island, and the characters enter on the stage are Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco and some other courtiers. These all people were boarded on the ship when the tempest occurred. So now Gonzalo says, "Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant and the merchant have just one theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation." You can see first speech of Gonzalo. Gonzalo is trying to pacify his master, King Alonso. We can guess that King Alonso is in some sad mood because of that tempest. Because in that tempest, he has lost his son, Ferdinand. Because in this group, Ferdinand is not here. Ferdinand was made to land in a different corner of the island. So it all was done by Ariel, but here these people are unaware of the plans of Ariel. So Alonso is in sad mood at the loss of his son, and Gonzalo, being his counselor, tries to pacify, tries to console King Alonso. He tells him that, "Sir, please be happy because you have a reason to be joyful." What is the reason? The reason is that our escape. You just think of our escape. In spite of that deadly tempest, we all are safe and sound. So our loss is smaller in comparison to our escape. He says that this kind of woe means suffering. This kind of pain or suffering is very common in many people's life. This suffering has not come to us alone. You are not the only person who has lost anyone near and dear. Actually, a sailor, when goes on the sea to catch fish, so his wife is in trouble. Same way, some merchants sometimes are stuck in the tempest while they are transporting taking their goods. So they also meet this kind of accidents. They lost their lives. So if you compare your woe with your suffering with other common people, so you will find that everyone's life is subject to suffering. And in our case, we had a miraculous escape. The way we are saved. That tempest was very deadly. It was disastrous tempest. But see, we all are safe and sound. So you should think about it. Rarely anyone who is stuck in this kind of tempest can stay alive and speak like us. So therefore, my master, I request you that you should compare our sufferings with our gains. Our gains are bigger or heavier than our sufferings. So you just have some patience. But Alonso in line 10, "Prithee peace." He speaks only two words. "Prithee peace" means I request you to be silent. Because Alonso is in very sad mood and he does not want to hear anybody. He wants to be with his own self. Because he wants to ponder over the loss of his son. Sebastian, he receives comfort like cold porridge. Here, in further dialogues, you will see Sebastian and Antonio, they both are trying to have fun with Gonzalo. And you will realize that they both are least bothered about the life of Ferdinand. They both are least bothered about the pain of Alonso. Sebastian, in spite of being the younger brother of King Alonso, does not waste this opportunity to have fun with Gonzalo. So he says that he receives comfort like cold porridge. He here refers to King Alonso. Because when Gonzalo tries to console, so Sebastian says that, "You see, He is taking your words of consolation just as a man takes porridge, cold porridge. And as cold porridge is not means welcomed by any person, whoever is hungry. So here King Alonso also is not happy with your words of comfort. And Antonio says the visitor will not give him over so. The visitor here refers to priest. It is the custom that whenever anybody falls seriously ill, so priests of the church used to go and console the patient. So here he says that you are trying to be a priest, but your words are not making any impact on the listener. So Sebastian, look, he is winding up the watch of his wit, by and by it will strike. But Gonzalo was still thinking. He was in a deep meditative mood. So to see Gonzalo in deep meditative mood, Sebastian says he will not be silent. Just look at Gonzalo. He is just trying to wind his watch so that it can work again. So here he means to say he is trying to collect some new words so that he can again start to speak. And just then Gonzalo starts to speak, sir. Sebastian, one tell. Sebastian says, oh, one word he has spoken. Okay, come on, tell some more words. So Gonzalo says, when every grief is entertained, that is offered comes to the entertainer, Sebastian, $1. You see, Gonzalo speaks a very important line here. He says that whenever a person welcomes any kind of grief, दुख तो हमारे जीवन में आते हैं, तो if a person starts to entertain every grief, entertain here means if a person starts to concentrate on each and every sorrow, each and every hardship that comes in our way, so but his words are incomplete because Sebastian interrupts and say $1. Dollar refers to dollar has two meanings here because Gonzalo will pick up this word dollar but spelling is different. In line 20 you can see dollar comes to him, D-O-L-O-U-R. So Sebastian used the word D-O-L-L-A-R which means some money, but here he says dollar comes to him. You combine this Gonzalo's line with his previous speech. Comes to the entertainer, dollar comes to him. Means if a person starts to concentrate on each and every suffering, so he will become very sad. Only depression will come in his life. Okay, so indeed you have spoken truer than you purposed. And now he compliments Sebastian that actually when you use the word dollar, you did not mean for what I have used it. So you did not mean it with the same purpose with which I have used the word. So you have given me a very good word. I use it, that dollar comes to him means the person who will think of only sufferings will always become miserable. Sebastian, you have taken it wiselier than I mean you should. Sebastian says, actually I did not intend, I did not expect that you would use this word so wisely. Actually, you have proved to be wiselier than I thought of you. Gonzalo, therefore, my lord. But Gonzalo continues his conversation with King Alonso. So Antonio again interrupts. He says, "Fie, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue." He says that what this man is doing. He is unnecessarily speaking when nobody is interested to listen to him. Alonso says, "I prithee spare." Alonso is also not in a mood to listen any advice. He says that I request you, please spare me. Please don't interrupt me. You just save me from your words. But Gonzalo says, well, I have done, but yet. Gonzalo says, sir, I have already spared you. But still, I want to say something more. So, but yet, words are incomplete because Sebastian interrupts. He says he will be talking. Means yet he will be talking. Okay, though he has become silent, but still he will be talking. So we can feel a kind of a sense of humor here. They both are making fun of Gonzalo. So Antonio says, which of he or Adrian for a good wager first begins to play? Antonio wants to have a game. Fun like a game here. He says, I am ready to have a bet. If anybody is there who can bet with me on this, that whether he or Adrian will speak. Adrian among them is a young advisor, young counselor, while Gonzalo is old counselor. So he says that they both are counselors. So who will speak first of them? And they are using the word crow. It means they do not have any respect for these two people. They are just taking them as a source of entertainment for themselves. Sebastian says the old cock, but Antonio says the cockerel. Sebastian कहता है ठीक है, I bet on the old cock, यानी कि I think Gonzalo will speak, and Antonio says the cockerel will speak, means the young Adrian will speak first. Sebastian says done the wager. Okay, ठीक है, I agree with you, but शर्त में क्या रखेंगे? What is the stake now? So Antonio says a laughter. Sebastian a match. Antonio says yes. Stake में laughter. Okay, and laughter का मतलब laugh भी है here, और laughter का एक another meaning है whole number of eggs laid by a hen at one time. यानी कि whatever eggs a hen can lay in one time will be given to you. So Sebastian agrees at this bet. तब तक एड्रियन स्टार्ट कर देता है बोलना. एड्रियन कहता है though this island seem to be desert. लाइन नंबर 35 you can see. Though this island seem to be desert, ये island जो है, this island seems to be like a deserted place. But his words are also interrupted by Sebastian. He say ha ha. He gives laughter. Okay, because he has lost the bet. Sebastian ने bet क्या लगाई थी कि Adrian will Gonzalo will speak first. So he says you are paid. हंसने के बाद कहता है कि मैंने आपको पे कर दिया. Okay, I have paid you the, you can say, stake, and you have won the bet. Adrian uninhabitable and almost inaccessible. You combine the lines of Adrian that though this place seems to be deserted or uninhabitable and almost inaccessible. So Adrian here speaks about the characteristics of this landscape where they have landed. उसको लगता है कि this place seems to be uninhabitable. यहाँ पे लगता है कोई नहीं रहता. Because besides this group of people, there is no sound. There is no one visible. So he thinks that nobody lives on this place. This place does not seem to be habitable and inaccessible. And nobody has ever accessed or reached on this place. This almost seems to be beyond the access of a common man. But Sebastian says yet, Adrian says yet, Antonio he could not miss it. So they are trying to interrupt, but Adrian completes his words in line 41. It must needs be of subtle, tender and delicate temperance. He says, in spite of being inaccessible or uninhabitable, this place seems to have some kind of tender or moderate climate. Temperance matlab moderate climate. In spite of all the adversities, this place seems to be a very, you can say, humble and refined kind of place. Antonio picks up the word temperance. He says temperance was a delicate wench. He just recollects that, oh, I know a girl, a beautiful girl, wench means girl, a beautiful girl whose name was Temperance. Sebastian A and a subtle as he most learnedly delivered. So Sebastian also makes fun of Adrian, saying that yes, he has delivered this word, he has spoken this word just like a learned man. But Adrian says the air breathes upon us here most sweetly. Adrian does not understand that they are passing sarcastic comments on him. He rather continues in his own way. He says that the air of this place, the cool breeze of this place seems to blow on us in a very sweet, delicate manner. Okay, it seems to tap on our cheeks very gently. Sebastian, as if it had lungs and rotten ones. But Sebastian looks at the darker side of this. He says that yes, line number 45, it as if it had lungs and rotten ones. Yes, the air of this place seems to have lungs, but all the air filled in those lungs have rotten because it is stinking badly. Antonio, or as it were perfumed by a fan. Antonio also does not feel the soothing effect of air. Okay, maybe it is because of their own nature that they are unable to realize the sweetness of this place. So he also adds that yes, it seems to be perfumed, means the air seems to be scented by some kind of dirty or you can say marshy soil. Gonzalo, here is everything advantageous to life. But see, Gonzalo is having a positive attitude. He looks at the brighter sides of life. So he says that everything seems to be very advantageous here. I don't find anything wrong in this place, anything unwanted, undesirable in this place. I feel that everything here seems to be advantageous to us. Antonio, true, says means to live. Antonio कहता बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. You have well said, sir. Except one thing which is missing here, that is the means to live. It means we don't have any means by which we can survive here. Okay, for just staying alive, we need food, we need some money, we need some clothes, etc., etc. So there is nothing which can make it possible for us to survive on this land. Sebastian, of that there is none or little. Sebastian also supports the idea of Antonio. He says that there is none or little. Yes, the means of life are little. Little means there are no means of life on this land. We don't have any kind of thing which can help us in survival. Gonzalo, line 50, you can see how lush and lusty the grass looks, how green. He says, look at the grass in this place. It is very green. Lush green grass you can see. And whenever there is lush green grass, it means there is vegetation. We can expect some kind of vegetation. Okay? But Antonio says, the ground indeed is stony. Antonio looks at the ground, the color of soil, because it is a deserted place. So the color of soil is dull brown. So he says that the ground's color, the color of soil is tawny, means very yellowish brown. Sebastian says with an eye of green in it. Sebastian says with an eye of green means wherever there is some grass, it seems to be just a small eye on this browny land. Antonio, he misses not much. Means he says that he is not far from wrong. He misses not much means he is not very wrong. Sebastian, no, he doth but mistake the truth totally. Sebastian says, no. He is wrong. Actually, whatever he thinks true, he has misinterpreted it. He has interpreted the truth of this place wrongly. Okay? So Gonzalo says, but the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit. Gonzalo is impressed. Gonzalo is impressed by the serenity of this place, by the, you can say, peaceful atmosphere of this place. So he says that the rarity of it is. This place is rare. We have never seen such a landscape. And therefore this place seems to be beyond credit, means it is incredible. It is difficult to believe that this kind of rare place exists on this earth. But Sebastian, as many vouched rarities are. Sebastian interrupts him and says that whatever rarities are there, whatever rare or you can say special things are there, they seem to be genuine. They do not seem to be genuine. Yani they should be guaranteed to be genuine. So what is your guarantee that this place is a genuine place? Gonzalo says that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, line number 60, this speech is very important. He says that look at our garments. अपने कपड़ों को देखो. Okay? जब हम समुद्र में तूफान के अंदर थे, so our clothes were drenched in the sea, salty water, mud, etc. So our clothes should have been spoiled, should have been torn apart or spoiled, dirty. But you see their freshness and glosses. Still our clothes are fresh and shiny. They have not lost the luster, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water. Rather our clothes, just look at our clothes. They are looking as if they are looking new, freshly stitched clothes, as if they have just dyed. Not even a single stain of mud or salt water is visible on our clothes. Isn't it rare? So this is what Gonzalo tries to make them understand. He tries to make them understand that sweet are the uses of adversity. Okay, so we stop here, and I hope you all will just this video will help you to understand the text. Thank you, viewers.